priorities. Joel.
Yeah, I just wanted to go back to China, Taiwan actually. On Friday, you were asked about President Biden's comments when he was asked, can you vow to protect Taiwan, and are you saying that the United States would come to Taiwan's defensive attack? And he said yes to the first, and said yes, we have a commitment to do that. Then you said that the president was not announcing any change in our policy, and there's no change in our policy, and the U.S. defense relationship with Taiwan is guided by the Taiwan Relations Act. The relevant part of the TRA says that the president will inform Congress if there's any threat, and then the president and the Congress shall determine, in accordance with such constitutional processes, appropriate action by the United States in response to any such danger to Taiwan. So, does the Biden administration interpret the TRA as a commitment to come to Taiwan's defense if China attacks?
President Biden is deeply committed to the Taiwan Relations Act. It is an act that he voted for as a senator at the time. It is a key element of our approach to Taiwan, to cross-strait relations. Two principles that I would highlight of the TRA. One is that the United States will continue to assist Taiwan in maintaining a sufficient self-defense capability. Another is that we would regard any effort to determine the future of Taiwan by other than peaceful means as a threat to peace and security of the Western Pacific and of grave concern to the United States. That has been our policy. That is our policy. There is no change in that policy.
I just wanted to drill down specifically, though. Like, was the president's comment in that town hall an exposition of the administration's interpretation of the TRA, or was that a statement that does not, or does the statement that we have a commitment not reflect U.S. policy?
The president was not announcing, as we said, any change in our policy, and there is no change in our policy. We are committed to our One China policy, which is itself guided, as I said before, by the Taiwan Relations Act, the 3 joint communiques, and the 6 assurances.
Sorry, go ahead.
No.
Speaking of the One China policy, you announced this working group meeting with Taiwan about their international space. The PRC is displeased by this meeting, and we've heard from the Foreign Ministry and also from the recent Chinese ambassador to the U.S. Does this administration interpret the UN General Assembly Resolution 2758 as affirming what Beijing calls the One China principle? Because they're saying that these activities are in defiance of that.
Our policy is guided by our One China policy. What you are referring to is the U.S.-Taiwan Working Group meeting that took place on October 22nd. It was a virtual meeting between AIT and TECRO, the Taipei Economic and Cultural Representative Office here in Washington. It convened high-level representatives of the U.S. Department of State and the Taiwan Ministry of Foreign Affairs for a forum on expanding Taiwan's participation at the United Nations and in other international fora. The discussion focused on supporting Taiwan's ability to participate meaningfully at the UN and contribute its valuable expertise to address global challenges. Those include public health, the environment and climate change, development assistance, technical standards, and economic cooperation. This administration believes Taiwan, as a leading democracy, has a lot to offer to the world on these key challenges, including within international fora.
Right.